Fellow viewers, welcome back. We are back with another episode about Abraham. In our last episode, we learned of something which sounded a little bit mysterious, because in the current world, if you are told that your wife or you as an old man at the age of 100 years and your wife is 99 years or 90 years and above will give birth, then you will be left tongue-tied, wondering whether that can be converted into a reality. God gave Abraham a promise that Sarah will give birth to a child son by the name Isaac at the age of 90 years. That is what we want to see if it will come into a reality in the next episode. Thank you very much, viewers. We do not take your subscriptions for granted. Keep on subscribing, share these videos, like, and also leave your comments. They are very important for us. May God bless you as you do that. You are wonderful people. Now, let us see what transpired in the next episode, that is chapter 18. The three visitors. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre while he was sitting at the entrance of his tent in the heat of the day. Abraham looked up and saw three men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of his tent to meet them and bow low to the ground, a sign of respect. He said, "If I have found favor in your eyes, my Lord, do not pass your servants by. Let a little water be brought, and then you may all wash your feet and rest under this tree. Let me get you something to eat, so you can be refreshed, and then go on your way, now that you have come to your servant." Then these people, or the visitors, were also happy. And what did they say? They responded by saying, "Very well." They answered, "Do as you say." Meaning that they accepted all that Abraham said. Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. "Quick," he said, "get 3 seahs of the finest flour and knit it and bake some bread." "Sarah, we have visitors, we have guests. Get 3 sheaves of finest flour and knit it and bake some bread." If some women of the current day, they will ask you, or they will tell you, "I'm busy, I did not expect visitors," but Sarah never did that. Then he ran to the herd and selected a choice tender calf and gave it to a servant who hurried to prepare it. Then he ran to the herd and selected a choice tender calf and gave it to a servant who hurried to prepare it. He then brought some curds and milk and the calf that had been prepared, and set these before them. While they ate, he stood near them under a tree. While they ate, he stood near them under a tree. If in the current world you will be scrambling with them, but he wanted to ensure that they eat until they get fed well. Then after eating, one of them felt like this food is so sweet. He wanted to see the person who had prepared it. I'm assuming so. And they asked, "Where is the person who prepared this food? Where is your wife Sarah?" They asked him. Then he responded to them, "There in the tent," he said. Then one of them said, "I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah your wife will have a son. Wow. Abraham is getting shocked. What is this man talking about? From where? Because he was considering the age of Sarah, and at the same time considering his age. But mark you, God, the creator of heaven and earth, during the time of the covenant, had given him a similar phrase, a similar promise. Now, Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent, which was behind him. Abraham and Sarah were already very old, and Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, after I am worn out and my Lord is old, will I now have this pleasure? Shepherd, oh my, sincerely I am old. My Lord is old too. That is his husband, Abraham. How many wives of today refer to their husband as their lords? Very few. I know, very few. Now, let's go back. And she also wondered, will I now have this pleasure of even giving birth or bearing a child? Then the Lord said to Abraham, why did Sarah laugh and say, will I really have a child now that I am old? All this was happening, and they never knew that God was with them wherever they were, at whatever time they were talking, in whatever thing they were doing. God was already with them. It is the reason why God asked why Sarah laughed and say, will I really have a child now that I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointment time next year, and Sarah will have a son. Very interesting and a difficult question that if you are not in the spirit, you cannot answer. Is anything too hard for the Lord? I am asking you, the viewer, is anything too hard for the Lord? How many times have you been in a fixed situation whereby you don't see forward, neither do you see backward? Now it is you and that particular thing. Then all of a sudden you find God uplifting you from that danger that you are in, or that nasty situation you are in. Same way in this situation that Sarah never thought of, God still went ahead and kept his promise. Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, I did not laugh. Oh, no, I did not laugh. But he said, yes, you did laugh. You did laugh. Out of fear, Sarah said, no, I did not laugh. But he said, yes, you did. Now, we will see if God will keep that promise. Let us proceed and see why Abraham pleads for Sodom. That is the same story. When the men got up to leave, after they had eaten, they looked down toward Sodom, and Abraham walked along with them to see them on their way. Then the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? There was some connection. I wish you and me had a similar connection, the same way God had some tight connection with Abraham. I think everything would be wonderful. Everything would be very refreshing each and every day. Then the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Abraham will surely become a great and a powerful nation, and all nations on earth will be blessed through him. For I have chosen him so that I will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him. God has got a duty to perform in the house of Abraham. Then the Lord said, the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, and their sin is so grievous, that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcry that has reached me. If not, I will know. So God is still wondering, and he has decided on what to do. The men turned away and went toward Sodom, but Abraham remained standing before the Lord. Then Abraham approached him and said, will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? A very tough question. Then Abraham approached him and said, will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? Will you really sweep it away and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous people in it? Far be it from you to do such a thing, to kill the righteous with the wicked, treating the righteous and the wicked alike. Far be it from you. Will not the judge of all the earth do right? Will not the judge of all the earth do right? The Lord said, if I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I will spare the whole place for their sake. God answered. Then Abraham spoke again. Now that I have been so bold as to speak to the Lord, though I am nothing but dust and ashes, what if the number of the righteous is 5, less than 50? Will you destroy the whole city for lack of the 5 people? If I find 45 there, if I find 45 there, he said, I will not destroy it. Abraham and God are in communication. How often do you communicate with God? Once again he spoke to him. What if only 40 are found there? He said, for the sake of 40, I will not do it. God is still faithful. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak. What if only 30 can be found there? What only 30 can be found there? He answered, I will do it if I find 30. I will not do it if I find 30 there. Abraham never gave up. Say, now that I have been so bold to speak to the Lord, what if only 20 can be found there? He said, for the sake of 20, I will not destroy it. God is still faithful. God is in communication with Abraham. Then he said, may the Lord not be angry, but let me speak just once more. What if only 10 can be found there? Fellow viewers, do not get tired. Keep on asking questions. Keep on kneeling down. Keep on praying. Keep on communicating to God, the Almighty Father, the same way Abraham is doing in this case here. Then he answered, for the sake of 10, I will not destroy it. When the Lord had finished speaking with Abraham, he left and Abraham returned home. So they spoke question after question. Abraham is not giving up. Then at that point, the Lord left and Abraham returned home. What have you learned? Never give up when in prayer. Keep on asking God each and every time, each and everything that you want God to do for you. The same way Abraham is pleading with him here not to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. It is a good lesson. Until we meet again, fellow viewers, I love you. Thank you very much. Keep watching and God bless you. Thank you.